All right. Hello, guys. My name is John Gilkison. I am here with April Hoffmann, the founder and owner of Perfect Platters. And I'm really excited for today's meeting because we've used April numerous times for our Zia group events. And she has not only literally perfect looking platters, but great appetizer food, grazing food, perfect for events, perfect for even couples, anything involved with grazing platters, and it's just an amazing visual representation. And April is a wonderful person as well. So, with that said, I will let April tell us a little bit more about herself and her company.
Awesome. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate you doing this for me.
Of course.
So I'll tell you, well, I'm a mom of four, so that kind of encapsulates most of my life. But Perfect Platters was kind of born on accident, actually, in just last January 2019. I was throwing my mom a 65th birthday party, and I had seen a photo of this huge charcuterie table that I just knew I had to have for her birthday party. And when I started investigating the cost of what that would be, I decided to try to do it myself because it was a little bit over my budget. And so the party was for 120 people. So it was a big party. And so the table that I put together, was really big. And it turned out really well. The guests that, came were saying, it was amazing. And they said, "Oh, did Say Cheese do this?" And at that point, I had never even heard of Say Cheese. I didn't even know that they were a local company. And so at the end, I thought, I really enjoyed doing that. I said, how can I make how can I make another one like that?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, maybe I can start making these for my friends. And then it just kind of hit me. I said, maybe I could start making these for money.
Yeah.
So that was kind of how it all started. And I started doing some research, and I discovered that market was pretty much untapped in Santa Barbara. Like there was a couple companies that kind of did that, but not very many. And as I was researching, I discovered that grazing tables, which I'll explain more in a minute, were extremely popular in Australia and Asia and Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided to offer more of the grazing rather than just pure charcuterie. So I keep hitting my mic. That's how it all started.
Perfect. I love that story. It's the classic, like, okay, I can do this. This is fun. Oh, and there's also a need for it.
Right.
Let's see how I can make this happen. And I
Yep.
forgot to say in my introduction, but here's an example behind me of her little grazing platter charcuterie table. This was at one of our Zia group events, but I know that with the current times that we're in, April, everyone's kind of having to shift the way that they do business. It sounds like you guys you're still open. You're going to people's places and events to still make these plates. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. We're completely open. I'm delivering platters. So let me back up a little and say, I was going to explain what grazing table was. You can kind of see the example in the background, but when people ask me what it is, I usually say it's like a charcuterie board because most people know what that is, but on steroids. And online, they're described as the eye candy of the dining world, which I kind of like. So basically, it's what you'd normally see on a charcuterie board: cheese, salami, nuts, dried fruits, olives, and stuff like that. But then I also add lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, dips and spreads, and then, of course, bread and crackers. And it's designed very artistically to make it look, beautiful, appetizing, and really to wow your guests. I wanted to show some examples. I do so for the tables, which has really slowed down in this whole COVID times because people aren't having parties, and my tables are more designed for large groups.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still offering those if whenever anyone starts having parties again. I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah, show some examples.
Yeah.
I think people really need to see them to get the full
Right.
experience.
So this is a flat lay, and that's one type of table I offer, which is just it's all disposable bowls and cutlery, and it's all just flat on the table, and it's but it still looks beautiful. But when you're done, you can just roll up the paper and either save the food or throw it all away.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple. That's one for you guys as well. This one right here.
I recognize that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is a multi-dimensional one where I use various props, crates and platter, cake plates and stuff like that, and lighting. And there's more floral. And this is something that I set up, but then I'll have to come back and I'll pick everything up from there. So depending on the event, people will choose one or the other depending on how fancy they want it. So these are all different examples of the table.
Beautiful.
And then I'm also offering 4 different sizes of platters, and these are thankfully really starting to pick up again right now. I think I've done 30 in the last 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is a couples platter, so it's just for 2 people. And then I have a small platter, which is about for 4 to 6, medium 8 to 10, and then large is probably 15 or more people.
Those look so yummy.
So yeah, let me stop. And right now during this crazy time, I'm also offering free delivery to Goleta and Santa Barbara, and then out to Carpets just a little bit more than that. So it's a little bit like $10 charge. But people so far recently have been doing it to celebrate anniversaries, date nights. Mother's Day was super popular. Father's Day is coming up. And what's great is I've had a lot of people order them and send them as a surprise. And so I'll just show up at this other person's house and I'll be like, hey, this is from so-and-so. And they're like, oh my gosh. So that's a really great way to bless someone and celebrate their special day.
So cool. And I could see that being like a fun little date night or something, maybe like taking it to the park or to the beach.
Yeah, absolutely. Great picnic food. Take it to the beach, the park, and especially if the couples platter is perfect for that.
Uh-huh.
Bring a bottle of wine, you're set.
Love it. Well, I've watched you set up a table a couple of times at our events, and what I love is that it's not just the food, but like you kind of make it seasonal. Like when it was around the holidays, you had your holidays seasonal stuff, and then in the springtime you had more of like the spring floral stuff. And
that's what's so fun about the tables. That's what I love about this business is I'm kind of an artistic person, and every single table I do is different. Not a single one has ever been the same. And I'm that ability to express my artistic side and kind of cater it to the location, to the event, I love that. I've missed that during this lockdown where I haven't been able to go and do that. But yeah, I definitely do customize it for every event and seasonal and all that stuff. So it's
super cool.
Yeah.
I always think I'm like, okay, she's got to be done at this point, but you keep adding more,
keep adding more and more stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be abundance, that's the whole kind of feel and the look of it. So
I love it. Well, April, tell everyone how people can find you. Like what's the best way to order food?
The best way really is to text me or email me, and my phone number and my email are on my website. I'll just throw that up again real quick.
And I'll post the link to it as well.
So it's perfectplattersb.com. And, under the contact, you've got my phone number, my email. Perfect. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Where are those little links at the bottom? They're somewhere. But if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, people have private messaged me through there as well. So there's 4 different ways: text, email, or private message on Facebook, or private message on Instagram. And both Facebook and Instagram are Perfect Platter SB. You can't forget the SB. So.
Beautiful. Yeah. When I post this, we'll tag you and get all the popular stuff.
Okay.
You can find you pretty easily. Just curious, like what does your couples platter cost?
My couples platter is $80, and that includes includes delivery. Yeah.
Awesome. And the perfect ambiance for a great date night.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anniversaries, birthdays, all those things it's perfect for. And it's really, I've had a lot of, just interestingly, several people with kids have ordered them, and I'm always so surprised. I guess I shouldn't be, because my kids like it too, but they always say, oh, my kids loved it. They can't stop talking about it. So I don't put on really, really crazy cheeses. Like, I know some cheese places, like, it's super strong, and it's probably stuff that maybe kids wouldn't like, but unless you special request it, my cheeses that I offer are usually a little bit more, I'd say, middle of the road as far as what people enjoy. And I've never had, everyone tells me they love the cheese I supply. So, but it's also, kids love it too. So I've had people order it even for their kids for their birthday. So it's just a great variety for everybody. And guys like it. I've heard a lot of people are like, oh, it's kind of like girl food. I'm like, no, there's salami, there's bread.
I came one time having not eaten lunch or dinner or something, and that was literally like, it was enough food to fulfill a full meal for me.
Totally, right. And I've had a lot of people question, like, is it going to be enough food? Do I need to have sandwiches? And honestly, no. I mean, people get really full. Yeah. And there's always leftovers. So. And
it's a hit.
Yes, for sure.
Cool, guys. Well, there you have it. There's a little bit about Perfect Platters and April Hoffmann. Go support her during this time. I know we can all use a little bit of help in this new world we're living in. Did you have anything else you wanted to add, April?
No, just I appreciate you doing this for our local companies. I think it's awesome. It is definitely a challenging time. So I appreciate the time you're taking to help others. I think that's awesome.
Happy to do it. Being born and raised in Santa Barbara, it's part of, kind of.
Yeah, totally.
And
I've liked some of your other videos. I'm going to try some of those places just from watching them. So.
Right. It gives people good ideas. And like, honestly, some of those places I think I've gone to most of them, but finding out some of their like top dishes and food, it's like, okay, my mouth's watering now. I gotta try that.
Exactly. I need extra money for takeout, so please order from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
all right.
Thanks for joining us, April. We'll post the video and hopefully it brings some business your way.
Awesome. Thanks again, John.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.